All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the 2024 Top 100 Experience Player Interviews. I'm Casey Honigbaum with Top 100 Sports, and I'm joined by our first guest this season. It's Bradley Bethell. Bradley, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Of course.
All right, Bradley, so let's have the people get to know you a little bit here. So talk to us about your baseball journey. How did you get started, and what do you love about the game? I know that's a deep question for the first one, but
for me, my dad used to play baseball, and he played like men's fast pitch. He loved it, and I grew up around playing it. So that's kind of where I started my love for the game. And then, from that, it's just been super fun. I love playing the game, and I love to hit, because who wouldn't love to hit,
Yeah.
It's a great feeling. There's nothing else really like it, and it's a fun sport,
A lot of young athletes, obviously they love to play the game, but they love to watch the game too. Is that something you like to do as well? Obviously, you said you grew up watching your dad play fast pitch and stuff like that. What are some of the ways that you take in baseball outside of playing the game?
Yeah, so all the way from the time when I was really young to when I was playing till 12, I pretty much lived at our home field. There was always it was big. It was Little League. There was tons of tournaments. There was a lot of teams, and I just hung out with my friends all day, every day in the summer, just at the field. And then even now, I'll head over to the field and watch other teams play if I can, and watch MLB, of course. But it's super fun to watch, and now that they're even speeding up the MLB games too, it's getting a little better.
That's a great point. That's you could segue to that, because I think some of the old heads have had some pushback on some of those new rules speeding up the game, but I love it personally, and you said you like it too. What's been part of that? I know this is different from your baseball journey, but what's part of the new rules in Major League Baseball that you've liked the most?
I do like the pitch clock.
Me too.
I understand it's got to be weird to play with it, but it's so much easier to watch a game, because 3-hour games, 3.5-hour games, they're interesting, but then you're sitting there watching commercials half the time. Pitchers are taking 20 seconds to throw a ball, and there's not a whole lot of action. And now, especially, I can watch baseball games with my friends who don't play, and it's a lot easier because there's more action.
That's a great point. Great point. Well, let's get back to your baseball journey. I know, obviously, you're coming to the Top 100 Experience. Top 100 Experience is a great tool for helping get your name out there, especially to college coaches. Is playing baseball in college something that's in your line of sight and something that you dream of someday?
Oh yeah, of course. It'd be amazing. I like my education, and if I can mix education with playing a sport I love, and maybe making a job out of it, that's the dream.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to look at it. Talk to me about, your development, and what are some of the things? I know you said you love to hit, but what have been some of the things that you've kind of worked on, over the past couple of years to get your game to where it is today? And then to go off of that, what are some of those things that you hope to continue to work on so that you can hopefully get to play baseball at the next level?
Yeah, so over the past few years, I've mostly developed in my defense. I used to catch through my entire life, and then I ended up breaking my collarbone, and I never went back to catching. It was unrelated from baseball, but I never went back to catching. And I switched to first base, and then I worked on it. I think I got really good at it, and I'm really happy with that. But also, another area that I really focused on was the mental side of the game. Because I was always younger, I was scared, there's people better than me, and I got to a point where I had to realize I'm also a good player, and I gotta play like I'm a good player.
That's awesome. How did you do that? Because I think a lot of people talk about the mental side of the game, and that's you talk about a 5-tool player, but that 6th tool is that mental aspect of the game. But we talk about it, but it's how do you improve that? How did you improve that yourself?
So I had a coach who really believed in it, and he kind of got me into believing it. And I've gone through, I've read a few books, I've looked stuff up online, and I've gone through some mental practices to try and help my headspace, and I think it helps a lot.
That's awesome. So talk to me about, kind of digging deeper into your own skill set and taking a look at yourself. In order to play baseball at the next level, what do you think is the part of your game that you need to continue to work at? Or maybe, obviously all parts of your game you can always work at, but for you, what's something maybe in this next year or these next couple of months that you're focusing on specifically to help you elevate your game?
Yeah, so kind of two things. I would like to become way more consistent of a hitter, because consistency will be key.
Yeah.
It's you got to know, I can hit the ball. I know I can hit the ball, but I just got to be able to do that every day, pretty much every at bat, and just put together good at bats.
Yeah.
And I'd like to develop more positions, because the more positions I can play, the more time I can get on the field.
Yeah, a little versatility. I like that. That's awesome. Let's have a little fun here with these last couple of questions. I know you said obviously you watch Major League Baseball. If you had to give yourself, this is a tough one. If you had to give yourself a player comp in the major leagues, it could be your favorite player, but if there's a player who's maybe someone you try and model your game after, or got maybe someone's swing that you like to study, who would that be for you?
So for a player that I want to play like, it's got to be Freddie Freeman.
Love it.
We both play first base, and he's an elite hitter and a great defender, but he loves to have fun on the field. But for my swing, I really like the Adolis Garcia's swing. It's really nice. I kind of when I hit, I kind of start in the same stance.
Okay.
So I kind of model it after what he does.
Awesome. I love that. And my last question here, centered around the Top 100 experience, because obviously you're coming to that, and we're really excited to have you there. Talk to us about why you wanted to come. Was it to get yourself out in front of college coaches? Was it for the experience itself? It's not, every day you get to, run through some drills and hit and field and all that sort of thing at a AAA ballpark. But what was it about the Top 100 experience that stood out to you?
Yeah, so the main thing was, of course, to get exposure and to get reps in front of college coaches.
Yeah.
But it also was really cool to travel that far and play at a AAA ballpark. And it's going to be so much fun just to be there and just play the game I love and just have fun with it.
Well, my last question here for you before we let you go is, if you had to say, or I guess for people watching this, whether it be a college coach or maybe a fellow player, if you wanted them to know one thing about you, to kind of, promote yourself in terms of, taking your game to the next level, what would that be?
I'd probably say I like to have fun. I like to have fun, but I like to play hard.
Yeah.
I'll put in my max effort, but everything's going to happen, and it's not about how you react, but it's about how you bounce back from it. So if you have a bad day, you have a bad game, bad plate appearance, don't get too mad over it. Think about what you can do to get better and go and do that the next time. Awesome stuff, Bradley. I don't think we could have asked for a better first interview. So thank you so much for taking the time. And everybody out there, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Yeah, absolutely. And we hope you tune in next week. We've got more interviews coming your way with some of our athletes that are coming to the experience. So we hope you stick around and enjoy this one. Bradley, once again, thank you so much. Thank you.